Awrang, and Figueroa presents the 5 themes of geography, Mayans and Incas. The Mayans' absolute locations were 20 degrees and 20 minutes north, and 88 degrees and 34 minutes west. The Incas' absolute location was 13 degrees and 31 minutes south, and 71 degrees and 55 minutes west. Sir, yeah, you, random guy. Do you know anything about the Mayans or the Incas?
Yeah, I have a PhD in this stuff.
Oh, okay. Any interesting facts?
No, the Mayans killed people for God, to please the gods.
What about the Incas? Did they do that too?
Yeah, everyone sacrificed people in those days. It was like the coolest thing. It was like the weed for that time.
I see. Alright, cut. Hello, I'm Bob Wilson, and today you're about to hear the Mayan and Inca relative location. The Mayan civilization developed in Mesoamerica and the lowlands of the region. Thick forests occupied most of the land, and to the north was the modern-day North America, and to the south was modern-day South America. The Gulf of Mexico was located northeast of the Mayan civilization, and the Caribbean Sea was located to the east. To the southeast was the Gulf of Honduras. I think that's how you say it, but yeah.
Yep.
The Inca relative location was, they arose in South America, and their empire was located along the along the west coast of South America and the West Highlands. To the west was the Pacific Ocean, and to the southeast of the empire was the Atlantic Ocean. Also, it was centered in Peru, near the equator.
Mayan weather. Since Mayan civilization was located in the tropics, it was extremely hot, but the highlands of the region were cool. Inca weather. The Incas always had a cool climate, which they took advantage of in many ways. Mayan plants and uses. Bombacoids. The trunk spines were depicted on ceremonial incense jars. Kapok tree produced silky cotton-like fiber and was used the most sacred tree, or considered the most sacred tree. Chaya, used for high contents of protein, calcium, iron, and vitamins. Resin of the ekbalon shrub, used to rapidly seal any damaged blood vessel. Bark of the bacalche was treated and closed. It was used to treat and close wounds in muscular tissue. Pine was traded for utilitarian and ceremonial purposes. Potatoes, corn, maize, bell pepper, and beans. They ate these plants. Inca plants and uses. Maize, peanuts, potatoes, tomatoes, avocados, peppers, strawberries, squash, pineapples, bananas, and spices. Incas ate all these fruits and vegetables. Corn was used in religious ceremonies and was used to make a drink called chipcha. Quinoa seeds were used to make cereal, flour, and soups. Cocoa leaves were used to make chocolate. This concludes our Mayan and Inca weather and plants and uses. Cut. Now.
Atahualpa was the last Inca king. He was brave and popular with the Inca army, but he didn't rule for long. A Spanish friar offered Atahualpa a religious book to his ear and listened to it. When the book didn't speak, he threw it on the ground, and then the Spaniards used this as a reason to attack. Oh, hello there. I'm Bob Wilson. Today I'm going to talk about the fall of the Mayan and Incan Empire. Maya civilization began to collapse in the 1900s. People stopped building building temples and other structures. They left the cities and moved back to the countryside. Historians aren't sure what caused the fall of the empire. The fall of the Incan Empire was when the Spaniards arrived. To survive, Atahualpa, the Inca leader, asked his people to fill a room with gold and silver for Pizarro. However, the Spaniards killed Atahualpa anyway, and the empire collapsed.
Manco Capac was the last of the greatest Inca empires of all time. He lived around the 1520s AD, and during his reign, the empire reached its greatest extent. Manco Inca lived from 1516 to 1544, and he was an Inca prince and later a puppet ruler of the Inca Empire under the Spanish. Although he initially worked with the Spanish who had put him on the throne of the Inca Empire, he later came to realize that the Spanish would usurp the empire and fight against them. Palenque was a Maya city-state in southern Mexico that flourished in the 7th century. The Palenque ruins date back to 226 BC to 1123 AD. After its decline, it was absorbed into the jungle, which is made up of cedar, mahogany, and sapodilla trees. That's it.
Hello.
Oh, hello, I'm Bob Wilson, and we're going to talk about the Mayan animals. The Mayans had dogs, turkeys, iguanas, armadillos, tapirs, monkeys, and manatees. They were either domesticated or caught in the wild. Fish and seafood were caught and eaten in coastal areas. There's also records and evidence that freshwater fish were traded. Beekeeping and honey were important features in Mesoamerican life.
Wild boars were old world animals introduced by the Spanish. However, ancient Mayans were already consuming boar-like animals called peccaries. Animals that were caught or hunted for game were jaguars, wild pigs, and tapirs who were hunted by the elites. Birds, iguanas were hunted by commoners as well as other smaller animals. Turkeys, partridges, pheasants, quails, pigeons, chachalacas, parrots, deer, ducks, coyotes, martins, foxes, badgers, squirrels or armadillos, rabbits, eagles, macaws, coatis, iguanas, and pacas were also hunted. Hunted for game or hunted. So now that Tugral's gone, because he's really annoying, we'll do notes on movement, place, region, and HEI, or human-environment interaction. Movement, migration. The first people to arrive at the Americas by 12,000 BC through the land bridge that crossed the Bering Strait, where the Aztecs, the Mayans, and the Incas, as well as other Indians like the Native Americans or the Native Alaskans. Place. Scientists believe that first peoples were hunters-gatherers that hunted large herds of animals that wandered into the land. They hunted herds of bison and woolly mammoth. They also gathered fruits, nuts, and wild grains. Region. The Incas lived in western South America, or modern Ecuador, Peru, Chile, and Argentina. Place. The Incas began as a small tribe in the Andes Mountains. The capital was Cusco. Place. To unify the Inca Empire, the Incas established an official language, Quechua. All official business was done in this language. Although they had no written language, they kept records with codes called quipus. Yeah. The knots represented numbers and colors represented crops, land, and other important topics. Human-environment interaction. Most Incas were farmers. They grew peanuts and maize in the warm valley. In the mountains, they grew potatoes. In the highest mountains, people raised animals such as llamas, which are related to camels, but were native to South America. Place. The upper class was the king, priests, and the government, nobles, etc. Lower class was women, slaves, and citizens. The Inca only domesticated two animals, the llama and the alpaca. There was also variations of these two available, the vicuna and the guanaco, as well as deer and the domesticated guinea pig. Human-environment interaction. Minerals or rocks the Mayans discovered and mined were flint, jade, obsidian, iron pyrite, cinnabar, and hematite. These minerals encouraged the development of and refining of mining techniques. Some of the minerals were used for dyes and colors in ceremonies, but others, like flint, were used to make constructing tools and weapons.
The Mayans' absolute location was 20 degrees and 4. Alright, cut that. Hello, I'm Bob Wilson, and we're somewhere. Wild boar. Okay, you know what? Justin, you were supposed to. I'm Bob Wilson, and I'm eating.
Oh my god!
Wild boars were old world animals introduced by the Spanish.
Wait!
No, you're supposed to come
I
out.
thought that was a sign.
No,
I thought that was a sign.
when I say honey, you get ready. When I say
no.
also, wild boars were. Justin, you're supposed to come out.
Oh.
Okay.